Hi there, in my last video we have discussed about Laravel HTTP request lifecycle. In this video we will talk about the Laravel service providers. Basically service providers are the bootstrappers that loads the core features of the Laravel, core functionality of the Laravel into the memory and attached it to the service container, or you can say application instance. Okay, and if you want to check the what are these service providers, what are these classes, then you can see here. If you go to config folder and app.php file, okay, and you can see there is a array of providers. Okay, in this providers array, we can see the auth, broadcast, bus, cache, database, cookies, all the core functionality. Okay, which are registered as a um, service providers. Basically, these are the features of the Laravel. Okay, and we use it in different applications throughout the development. Okay. Besides these core service providers, we can create our own custom service provider also. Okay, every service providers extends the service provider class and has a two base method, register and boot. With the register method here, I shown you. Through the register method, it registers to the Laravel instance and Laravel application, and then and uh, with the boot method, it loads the other dependencies and functionalities and logics. Okay, so let's create one custom service providers and service provider, and we can understand what it takes and what's going on in actually in service providers. So let's open up the command prompt. Okay. And if you list down the command list, then you can see here make providers. Okay, so it is easy. Let's run this command: php artisan make provider and provider name. So let's say uh, demo provider, demo service provider, full name. Service. Okay, and just enter and provider created successfully. So let's check out in the providers folder, and Laravel contains all the provider in app and providers folder. Okay, so let's refresh it. There is demo service provider. So as I mentioned that every service provider extends the service provider class and has a two base method, register and boot. Okay, so we will register the our service class here, and in the boot method we will implement some and register some functionality to test it. So before that, let's create our service class. So app library services. So let's create the new service class, demo service dot php, and space. Okay, and class demo service. It's a simple class, and let's create a one function in it. Mm, demo function, and just return a string. Demo function activated. Okay, so let's bind this service class with the service container in our service provider register method. Okay. So this every service provider has an instance of the app called this app. Okay, and this app has a bind method. Through the using the bind method, we can bind our service class and closer, which has a service, which has an application instance. Okay, so here we need to mention our service class. So we have created a demo service class. So let's mention it. Let's copy and demo service. Sorry. Okay. And in this closer function, let's return it this instance service. Okay, and after this, I think okay, I need to mention this. Okay, we have just bind this service class in the service provider, and let's let's include it also here. Okay, uh, we have bind this service class. Now we have to register uh, and let the application know we have created and service provider. So at the bootstrap time, uh, where is my Yeah. At the bootstrap time, when application load the service providers, it search out the config file in the list of array. Where, so we need to list down here. So let's mention it our service provider. Service providers and demo service provider. Okay, like this. And now we can check it using some controller actions. So HTTP controller. Let's make it one. Let's make it one controller also. PHP artisan make controller and demo controller. Let's say okay, and let's refresh it. Okay, and in this controller, let's create a one function an action. You can say public function. Let's say index. Okay. Uh, let's use this service class. So first of all, we need to include it here. Okay, and first index. And return demo service, and it has a function demo function. Okay, so we have just used this demo service, the demo function, and let's connect it to with the our routes. The routes folder dev.php. So let's create a route quickly and get demo at the rate index. Okay. So our server is running, and let's check it out. Yeah, let's go demo function activated. Okay, so it is working. So we have created a service provider, and for that we have created our service class in the app library services folder, and this service class we have loaded bind with the service container using the bind method in the register action, and then we have used it in the demo controller via our custom controller class. Okay, so actually service container automatically load the bind classes. We don't have to register here as we mentioned in the document, and it is true also. Okay, but if you have an interface, in that case you have to bind it here. It must. Without the binding, the interface here, application can't resolve the dependencies. Okay. So if we let's remove it here. Okay. Let's comment out and check out it again. It is working fine. Okay. Nothing impact because we have a simple service class. It has no dependency of any interface in it. So Laravel automatically resolve it using the reflection feature in PHP. Okay. So let's create a one interface also in the contract folder, library under library contract folder, new file. Let's say call demo interface dot php. Okay, and php and app library contracts. Okay. Interface called demo interface. Okay, have spelling mistakes. Okay, interface, and in this interface, let's say we have one function only, public function, demo function, new demo function. Let's say okay, and this interface, let's say earlier we have a demo service class, and let's say it depends on it. So use demo interface. Okay, and this class, let's implement it. Demo interface has a method new demo function, so this class is required to implement it. Public, sorry, function, and return. Let's say new demo function. Keep it simple. Okay. Okay. So we have implemented this newly created interface, and also implement this new demo function method. Okay. And one more thing. Okay. So in our controller, excuse me, uh, let's change it here a little bit also. Demo interface and demo interface. Okay. Okay, now if we run it, then it will surely throw the error. Okay, because Laravel unable to resolve it. To uh, to make working it, we need to provide the binding in your service provider. Okay, so let's bind it in our service provider, demo service provider, and here let's and comment it, and let's copy here and service provider. We need to mention here demo interface, and we have just tell the Laravel that we have a demo interface dependency in this demo service instance. So whenever we Laravel see this definition, it resolved it by returning the demo service instance. Okay, so we have when we have called it uh, demo interface. Sorry. And we need to also include it here. Okay, so whenever Laravel see this definition demo interface, then it returns it by returning the demo service class instance here. Okay, so let's now check it out. It's not working. Mm, why? Let's try it again. No. Mm, there's a path problem. Okay, so now it is activated. Okay, so if you have a dependency, to a dependency, then you have to bind it here. Otherwise, Laravel automatically using the service container resolve all the classes dependency, any dependency injection you have mentioned. Okay, so let's talk about the boot function also. So in our service provider, let's suppose others. Okay, so in boot function, we can uh, register other service providers, uh, call other service providers functionality and other thing to at the time of this service provider boot. Okay, so we can also do multiple things here, like we can bind the model classes with a model here, or you can make the custom validator here, like let's say validator, and extend it with let's say my validator, yeah, or demo validator. Okay, and it has a very closer function. And we need to include it here also, validator. Okay, instance. I think this is the method. So that's parameter attribute and value and third parameter and fourth one is the validator instance. Sorry. And let's return to false for now, true for now. Yeah. And so using this, you can use in your this validator in a controller, okay, like uh, this and validator validates and here you mention request and in array you can mention our custom validator, uh, demo validator. Okay, I'm not going to implement it, but you can. There are multiple things you can do. Okay, so through the service provider, we can add some custom functionality in the Laravel, and uh, that will help in our development and Laravel also. Okay, that's all for the today. Thank you for joining us.